test my patience. Hyping all this lame. No one.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at Josh Allen. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Bills and the Commanders, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that, man.
Oh, Howell loses it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've comped it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now here come the Bills for their first possession, led out by their 27-year-old quarterback in year 6. It's Josh Allen.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Now the new pickup from New England. This is Damian Harris. He's to the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Damian Harris, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. begin the drive with Robinson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Gets around him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but number 40 takes it inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And it was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. Washington ready to try again on offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. throw right side complete to Dodson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Buffalo defense. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Powell's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 39. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
19 at the Bills' 48-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Throwing here, Howell. Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and have that what he did after the catch.
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And Howell will throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Crosby is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
So here are the Bills to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. This a quick pass to Davis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now a give, running left is Harris. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on on the defensive side to start making plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
This is a guy that
and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's got a full head of steam on his horse. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Good yardage that time for Washington. 88 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Powell. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Powell, another throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game.
And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. The kick by Crosby is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. To throw, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. First down, Howell to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Howell down to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Gregory Rousseau able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Focus, boys, focus! We can do it,
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete, it's Dotson. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Commanders 13, Bills 10.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. A final shot before half for Allen. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
They flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He completes it. They've got a 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So we've reached, but no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead now. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Howell, he'll look to throw it. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down. Back to throw, Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Commanders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Crosby with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And finally stopped, but what a return all the way down to the 40.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Powers through it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And how about the work on the ground to start the drive? 2 big-time runs. This one 19 yards and another first. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Allen now looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a second and just a couple of inches. And quickly, they get to the line. Here's a quick throw right side. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Commanders 20. Bills 17. Tyler Bass, the kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. But hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 41, here's a second down and 6. Now Howell. Out left to Dotson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines, feel pretty good about themselves, and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Allen. And that is incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over. And they didn't come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Bust through the tackle. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense going back to work. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They go play action with Howell. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Howell throwing on 1st down here. Sets up the screen to Robinson. Room to maneuver at the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll try the left side with Gibson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Faking the handoff. Howell. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Allen going to fire quickly and get it to Diggs out wide.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there. On 2nd down, this is Harris. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they had a very nice, productive game running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Down the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Allen, got to have this one. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down. The defense a little lax there. They give up 9 on 4th and 4. Play action, now it's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Flush to his right. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in the tight one. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Gregory Rousseau works his way in for the stop and the loss. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
3rd and long. Here's Howell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo set to get the football back here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to run the toss here to Harris. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Here's Hines. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Trying to take this home, they'll run. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The kick by Bass is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So here we go now with Howell and the Commanders. Down by 4, 1:50 to play. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Howell. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Howell to throw. Pass complete, Samuel. And he's going to have the Commanders 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. Now Brissett. They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Here comes 2nd down. Brissett. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual, because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy